Where them fans at? So today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how I make these Sublimation Clack fans. So that's how the back of it looks. That's one that I made for myself. I am a Vegas local, so of course I'm a rep my city, but I'm going to show you how I am making my fans. And if you have placed an order with me, thank you so much. I appreciate all the love and support that everyone is showing me. I'm beyond grateful. So thank you. So before we get started with the tutorial, I've had a lot of people ask me what printer am I using. So I am using the Epson SCF570 sublimation printer. It is a 24-inch wide format sublimation printer. I did purchase that printer from MakerFlo Crafts, and I will make sure to provide the link in the description box where you can go check them out. Now, if you don't have a wide format sublimation printer, you can use a, if you have, say, you can only print to, let's see, 8.5 by 14. You can use a smaller format sublimation printer to make these prints. You're just gonna have to do like 2 or 3 prints, kind of slice it and piece it together to put your fan on there. I will have to do that in another tutorial another day, but today we are gonna make a fan. So I'm gonna go over everything that I have here. The image is already printed, so I'm just gonna show you the process for how me taping the design or the fan onto the design and then pressing it and then putting the spine, the ribs, the bones. They've been called all kind of things, putting these things on the back of there because a lot of people wanted to know how I'm using these. So let's go ahead and jump right into the tutorial. So let me go ahead and grab my image and I'll be right back. Now this is the image right here, and because it is sublimation, of course your image does have to be reversed. The one thing that I love about this Epson F570 printer is I'm that person that forgets to mirror my image and the printer automatically does it for you. So yeah, there's been quite a few times I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot, and the printer automatically mirrors everything for you. So I love that feature about the printer. So I am printing on the 17-inch wide paper. So I have a roll of 17 inches by 100 feet. And I also have a 24-inch by 100 feet. But the 24-inch, I was wasting too much paper because I had plenty of room left after I printed out my design. So I decided to use a smaller roll, and it's been working out perfect. So I just align my template onto my image, and there is a little bit of room here. So I am going to trim it down because when I press, I want to make sure that I have the entire design, well, half of the design on the press. I am going to be using this here 15 by 15 press. So yes, I am using a smaller size heat press. Hopefully I can get a larger heat press soon. But for the meantime, or in the meantime, in between time, I am going to make it work with what I got. And so I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on so it can be heating up while I'm getting everything together. And I did have it on a little while ago, so it's at 200 degrees now, so it shouldn't take long to warm all the way up. And I'm gonna press at 400 degrees for about 45 to 50 seconds. And I'm just gonna do a really light press. This is like a delicate material. Well, not delicate, but it's not like your sublimation t-shirt, This is like, it almost feels like a linen type of material, but it is polyester. And so I just do a light press. You just want to get any wrinkles out because when your fans come, they're gonna be folded up, and so you're gonna have some creases in there. So you want to make sure that you do a light press to get the creases out, because you don't want to press and there's creases and then your image doesn't turn out right, okay? And so I'm just gonna set it right on top of here. And I know there are some people that like to print a full page and then just kind of put their piece of the fan where they want it to go. I don't want to waste any more ink than I need to. So I just created a template where that fits my fan, and I just size it in Silhouette Studio to print, and I'm good to go. So I just print the fan-like design onto the paper. All right, and I am just making sure, like this has some words on here, so I just want to make sure that I have the words all in the fan. And this looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taping. And you want to make sure that it is flat, that there's no wrinkles or anything. So that way you get a nice, smooth, clean press and transfer to the fan. And I am going to put a lot of tape on here because it tends to kind of lift, and because I am doing it in 2 presses, I don't want it to lift or shift at all. So I'm going to tape this bad boy down. Another thing, or another question I've been getting asked is, do I do custom orders? Yes, I do. On my website, I do have a feature where you can design your own fan, and you would upload if you have an image, or if there's something that you want me to create, you just leave your email and your phone number, and I will call you to discuss. Another question I've been getting asked is, do I do bulk orders? Yes, I do. I have some orders in the works for a wedding coming up, as well as family reunions. So I am accepting bulk orders, but just know the turnaround time on bulk orders is about 3 weeks. The turnaround time for just a single fan or a few fans is right now about 8 to 10 days is my turnaround time from the day that you place your order to the day that I hand the package off to the shipping carrier. So those are my most commonly asked questions I've been getting. And I will also have my website linked in the description box as well if you would like to check out my site and place an order. Okay, y'all see I went crazy with the tape. I ain't playing no games because I did have one shift and all it takes is one, right? So yeah, I don't want that to happen again. And I don't want to have to waste another fan again. So I'm taping this bad boy down. All right, the press is at 3:33, so we only have a few more minutes, and then I could go ahead and put it on the press. Another thing, yes, I am using a 15 by 15, so I'm going to do it in half. So I'm going to press one half and then press the other half. Okay, and when I do that, I make sure that I overlap a little bit from the previous press. So when I press the first half and then I go to press the second half, I'll make sure a little bit of the previous half that I pressed is overlapping. So I make sure that it gets a clean press and there's no line there. So that's why you want to do that little bit of that overlap, so to speak, when you go to press the second half. All right, so we are almost there. I'm gonna let the press finish warming up and I will be right back so we can get this bad boy put together. Okay, we are at 3:99, so we are gonna get ready to press, and I'm gonna grab my butcher paper. I'm gonna put 2 sheets because the first one we're gonna use for the first half, then I'm gonna slide that off, remove that, and then the second one will be for the second half. So I just go ahead and put both of them on here. That way I don't have to lift the fan that much to put a new piece of butcher paper on there, because there is going to be some transfer, and so you don't want to use the same piece, otherwise it's just going to transfer right onto your fan and mess it up. So you definitely want to use a fresh piece of butcher paper. All right, so I'm going to take it and putting the fan side down onto the sublimation paper, and I'm just going to set it on there, line it up, make sure it's where it needs to be, and then we are going to press again 400 degrees, and I'm doing 50 seconds. The material, because it is a more thinner, lighter weight material than your normal sublimation shirts, like t-shirts, you don't have to press it too long. You can get away with 400 degrees for about 45 seconds as well. So I've played around with the different temps and times, and it's also going to vary depending on your heat press also. So this time works good for this press. For my other press, I do 400 degrees for 45 seconds. So just you might have to play around with it, like make some samples and figure out which temperature works best for your press. All right, and so that first half is done. I'm going to remove that first piece of sublimation paper, and I'm just going to slide it over, and right where that crease is, I'm going to make sure that is within the pressing area. And then I got to let my press warm back up. The temperature dropped a little bit when I opened it up, so we are at 397. So only got 3 more degrees to go. But just want to show you, as you can see, there's a little bit right here and right here, but that can transfer onto your blank. So you don't want to use the same butcher paper. Okay, so we're back up to temp. So I'm gonna go ahead and we are gonna press that. Another question I've been asked is, where can you get just this part? The spine, the bones, the rib, they've been called all kind of things. I don't know where to get just this part, unfortunately. I'm sorry to those who have asked. I just don't know, because I get the entire entire case, and it comes with this and the fans. But there may be a seller out there that might be selling just these parts. But if I find out, I will definitely let you know. I'll post it either on the community tab, or I'll make a short so you'll know. And just throw that in the trash, and we got 5 seconds left. And there we go. All right, and you know it's a good press when you can see that image clearly through the paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and we are going to go ahead and lift that off. Ooh, turned out cute. And let me get these scissors out the way. And I'm just gonna throw this on the floor for now. And that is cute. So that is how it printed, how it turned out. All right, now for this part, I am going to just put the fan on here and just do a light press for just a couple seconds, just to make sure that it's flat, and then we'll start putting on the spine. All right, so now we are good to go. And actually, let me get this side again. Okay, now we're good to go. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and smooth it out and go ahead and line everything up. So how I like to do it, I like to get everything lined up first, and then I'll go ahead and start taking the tape off, and then go ahead and assemble the fan. So that is how I do it. I've seen people do it many of ways, but this has been the most effective for me. So, all right, and I'm just checking everything out. So that looks good. So now I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna take my image, and then I'm just gonna place it right on top and adjust it. That is looking good. Let me see here. And there we go. So just double checking, everything looks good. So first, I'm gonna go ahead and fold back that end. I'm gonna hold this part down, and now I'm gonna go ahead and line the fan up before I press it onto the adhesive. And I'm just making sure it is nice and even, everything is covered. And then I'm just going to press that down firmly. Another question I've been getting asked is, do I use glue? I do not. Now, if you do want to use glue, my suggestion would be to use a fabric glue, a tiny drop, and put it just like on the ends of the end pieces. I wouldn't put it on the rest because it can show through, even if it's clear. So I would say stay away from glue. Use a double-sided tape. That would be my advice. Again, if anything, I would just glue just the ends, just because that's the part that's going to be, you know, thrown around and get the most wear on it. So that way you won't have any issues about your fan coming off. All right, so let me just go ahead, just kind of adjusting these a little bit, spreading them out a little bit more. And okay, I'm good there. So then what I'll do now is hold them down, and I only do half. So I'm gonna do these few first. So I'll just peel this off. And this is double-sided tape that's on here already. And I know there's some blanks that you can buy where it's already attached. I don't like those because then you have to peel it off. There's adhesive on the fan, and then you have to press that. And I just didn't like it. And so I was able to get the ones that I have now, and they work well. And so now I'm just gonna go ahead and bring it on around. Like so, like that. And I have a little wrinkle, so I'm gonna go ahead and lift it up. I'm still gonna hold these down. So that's the good thing about the adhesive, is that if you need to make any adjustments, you can. And that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so let me go ahead and realign these. Okay, so now gonna hold those down. And bring it on around. And then I'm gonna press, press, and press it down. And this one has a small wrinkle that I wanna get out. And just like that, and then just press it back down. Now, I've made a few for myself, and I've been using them religiously, just walking around the house clacking the fan, just because I wanted to test them to see how durable they are, how well they hold up. And I have not had any issues with the adhesive alone, with the fans lifting or coming up or anything like that. And so we'll peel off these last few here, and then lay the rest of it down. And if you do have any questions I didn't answer in this video, definitely drop them below in the comments, and I will definitely answer. All right, and so now I'm gonna go ahead and lay that down, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and press them into place. And then I'm gonna just go around everything, and then I will do that last piece. And I just want to make sure they're on here firmly. So I am using some pressure. All right, so now we have our last piece here. So I'm just gonna line it up, make sure it looks good. Looks great to me. We'll take that off. And I am going to make sure where it drops is good. So I'm gonna move this a little bit more. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to apply pressure to that too. Again, if you're worried about your material lifting, you could put just a small drop here, a small drop there. And let me grab the glue. I would suggest something like this here. Fabric Fusion, it is clear, dries clear, but again, you only need a small amount. Do not use like a whole glob because it's gonna show through and it's not gonna look good. So just a word of advice, don't use too much glue, especially on these, on this part here, it's gonna show through. And you don't want it showing through or it looking all, your fan looking all stiff and hard either. So this is how the fan turned out. That is our back. And I do this with every fan that I make. I sit up here and do a test. So you hear that clack. So that is how she turned out. This is so cute. She is more precious than jewels, and nothing you desire can compare with her. So, and this one is one of the pre-made designs that's on my site. So if you do have any questions about the fans, let me know below in the comments. I hope this tutorial answered your questions. I hope it helped. A lot of people wanted to see how I put on the back part or the spine. So yeah, there's adhesive, but if yours come and they're attached to the fan already and you have to peel it off before you can press it, you will want to use some double-sided tape. I would suggest using a fresh coat or a fresh layer of double-sided tape, then put it onto your fan. You definitely cannot press with these on there. So even if it comes with the spine on there, do not press because it's gonna melt and it's gonna be a hot mess. So make sure you remove it, take it off. I would suggest just getting the fan with the separated spine with the tape on there, the double-sided tape on there, like you just seen me do. Just peel it off, stick it, and you're good to go. And if you do want to put a little glue, I would just put a little bit there, and then same on the back, a little bit there and a little bit there, and you'll be good to go. Don't put any glue on here. At least I would not suggest it. But use a fabric glue. Don't use like a E6000 or something that's really strong, or like a Gorilla Glue. I wouldn't suggest those. I would suggest some type of fabric fuse glue. It doesn't have to be the Eileen's glue that I showed you, but just you can get on Amazon and search for a fabric glue. But I'll have this one linked below in the description box as well. I'll make sure to link MakerFlo Crafts in case you want to check out their sublimation blanks or their printers, or if you're considering upgrading your sublimation printer, that's the place you want to get it from because their shipping is crazy fast. But that is today's tutorial. Again, thank you to everyone that's been showing my business love, showing my channel love. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye.